Australia here because it hasn't been discovered yet. This is 1587. Australia wasn't discovered until 1606.
But
so that's why that's not there. But my main question is, if this is a globe flattened out and this is on the bottom, right? What the fuck is this? There's no ice on it. And guess what? Antarctica hadn't been discovered yet.
About governments and conspiracies, and none of it made any sense to me. But she goes, they were very, very scary. And I said, well, why were they scary? And she said, they had no facial hair, none. She said they had no eyebrows, no eyelashes, nothing. Their hair looked...
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Like, that has to be the Men in Black, right?
Zombies are actually real. Yes, you heard that right. Everyone knows that zombies existed in the past, but what if I told you they still exist today?
Darling, want to be in the intro? Come on. Oh, no. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Nurse Dre. Thank you for stopping by again. And if the universe has led you here in a crazy twist of fate, please do hit that subscribe button. You will not be disappointed. Today, we are watching some creepy-ass TikTok videos that slipped my mind for a moment that are going to blow your mind. So let's get right into it.
No ice around any of these areas, okay? There's North America, South America, Africa, India, Russia, China. Okay, so very similar to this map. North America, South America, Africa, India, China, Russia. Okay? Only thing different, Australia.
What about it?
There is no Australia here because it hasn't been discovered yet. This is 1587. Australia wasn't discovered until 1606.
But
so that's why that's not there. But my main question is, if this is a globe flattened out and this is on the bottom, right? What the fuck is this? There's no ice on it. And guess what? Antarctica hadn't been discovered yet. Antarctica was discovered in 1820. And if you look, oh look, there's an alligator, there's a camel, warm weather animals. So, you want to explain to me, first thing, what the hell is this, all this land? And second thing, what froze them? What happened between 1587 and 1892 where those areas got frozen?
Listen, the suspicion is that Antarctica is an actual round spherical ice wall that keeps the oceans in place, keeps our land in the middle, and you know, there's a big dome above us, the firmament, right? That's what people say, but it blows my effing mind. First of all, the North Pole was on there. I don't know if you remember, but this might be like revealing my age, but let me tell you, when I was going to school, there was a North Pole. There was a North Pole. Do you understand what that means? That means that they have covered it up for some reason. Now, I've seen pictures of the North Pole like recently that have been leaked, like government leaked, and they're apparently there's a big whirlpool at the North Pole, and it kind of goes into the inner Earth or so. I don't know, whatever. I'm not going down that road right now, but listen. If Antarctica is a big circle around us and we're just in this zoo, are we just zoo animals? Is someone experimenting on us? Are we slaves? And the rich people live outside of the ice wall? I don't know.
One of my bellmen approached me, and he kind of had a weird look on his face, and he said to me, can we go in your office and talk? I brought him into my office, and he says, something really weird happened here yesterday, and you weren't here. He said, there's a couple guys in here looking for you. And I said, a couple guys? What do you mean? And he said, well, this is really hard for me to say. He said, but there's a couple really strange-looking men that were here. And they kind of freaked everybody out, and they were asking questions about you. And, of course, now I'm getting a little bit nervous, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, well, he goes, I don't know how to describe them except for extremely odd-looking. They were really, really tall, he said, and they were identical height. They were the exact same height. They were wearing the exact same clothes, and they had the exact same faces, like they were twins. And he said they were wearing black suits, black trench coats. They were wearing like the old-fashioned fedora hat. They had extremely, extremely pale skin. And he said they came in and they looked around a little bit and they asked for you. And I said, I'm sorry, he's actually not working today. And it seemed like they didn't believe me, so they started to walk around the hotel, and shortly after they went to the tour desk, and he goes, I got busy. I started to have to bring cars around and get luggage, and by the time I came back, they were gone. But he goes, they freaked me out, and I really wanted to tell you that there were these weird guys in here looking for you. So, of course, now I'm a little bit skeptical and I'm a little bit freaked out all at the same time. So the first thing I do is I run into my security office, because I know how to work the security system, and I rewound the cameras, and sure enough, here comes two gentlemen through the front door looking exactly how he described. Then the next day, I was talking with my tour desk, and one of them asked to talk to me. She came in my office, the same as my bellman, and she said, I need to tell you about something that happened. I heard that you heard that there were some men looking for you. And I said, yes. And she said, they asked a few questions about you, and they said strange things that I didn't understand. And they were talking about governments and conspiracies, and none of it made any sense to me. But she goes, they were very, very scary. And I said, well, why were they scary? And she said, they had no facial hair, none. She said they had no eyebrows, no eyelashes, nothing. Their hair looked...
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Like, that has to be the Men in Black, right? Like, the people that come around when you've seen aliens, and they say, don't tell nobody you saw this. You never saw anything. Those people? Is that them? Doesn't it look like them? With the fedora hats and the black suits, and they're all big and tall, and they look like twins?
Like they had a wig on. Like it was attached to their hat. Like it wasn't even real. And she said, and the scariest thing, their eyes were so big and so blue
that was the scariest part.
They almost hypnotized me a little bit. And she goes, and you're going to think I'm crazy when I tell you this, but I swear they knew what I was thinking. I swear. And I don't think I'm crazy, but I don't even know how they could do it, and I don't know why I'm even telling you this. She goes, so I started to think about things other than you, and I don't even know if it worked. And she started to cry, and she said one more thing before she left. She said, these men, they didn't blink. Not once did I see them blink.
You know, there is a rumor that says that, like, those grays that have, like, the big old black eyes, you know, like, those are not eyeballs or eyelids, but, like, more like sunglasses or, like, shades. And if you took them off and revealed what was underneath, it would be a big-ass blue eye. I think he saw the Men in Black.
This photo is infamous because for nearly 10 years after 9/11, no one knew who this guy was. His family assumed that he died during 9/11, but they had no real proof. And so one day his sister was down at the memorial. There's a museum where they have pictures and the names of all of the first responders that were working that day that passed away. And so she saw her brother's name, Gary Box, but the photo that was of him was not him. They went on this long thing trying to figure out, like, did he die? What happened to him? Like, we don't know, because this is a photo of someone else, so maybe they found those remains and they just assumed it was him. After a long time of searching, they got this photo and they knew this was him. They ended up getting the email of the guy who took this photo. He said he snapped the photo shortly after the plane crashed. For the longest time though, this photo circulated and no one knew who this guy was.
I'm so confused. Was it the picture of him in the military uniform that he snapped, or the picture of him in the firefighter outfit right after the plane crashed? I'm so confused. What picture?
If you were at the Denver airport and accidentally found a huge secret underground bunker, what would you do? So there's this conspiracy theory about how the Denver airport has a giant secret underground bunker for the elites in case a doomsday event happens. This idea comes from the fact that the airport was supposed to be built with a large underground structure, but that part was allegedly destroyed. However, there's hallways in the airport that seem to go nowhere unless there's actually a bunker entrance there. And Denver would be a strategically good place for a bunker as it's virtually impenetrable in a nuclear war due to its high altitude. Plus there's other weird things about the airport like this horse statue that people call Lucifer that—
Hold on, it's impenetrable because it's high altitude. As if missiles don't go through the sky and land on their target at any altitude.
Literally had its head fall off during its creation, killing the maker. And those really weird paintings which depict doomsday events that are there too. Also, a lot of people say Obama was there in 2011 whenever that comet passed really close to Earth, so it's really weird. What do you think?
I'm over it.
Have you heard the crazy conspiracy theory that with every massive stadium tour going on right now, that there are a lot of
What the fuck is she wearing right now? Is she wearing horns? And that's it? And who is this guy? Who is this little guy here down at the bottom? Beside this guy's face? What is that? Oh God.
messages being unwillfully taken in by the huge crowds every night? At Beyonce's Stadium Renaissance World Tour, there's a scary interlude that takes fans by surprise that begins with a portal hypnosis, as if to control you and draw you in. Then it gets scary when messages like, "Whoever controls the media controls the mind," pop up on the screen. Then it's terrifying when mind control messages pop up on the screen in between placements of Beyonce's face and a picture of a human in a submissive, worshipy pose. Fans were saying,
What do you think fans are saying? What do you think the message is? What do you think their point is? What are they trying to get across to people? It's not some hidden message. It's literally mind control. That they're mind controlling you with their music. Listen, every sound is a frequency, and every frequency has an emotion attached to it. High frequencies are beautiful emotions like happiness and joy. And low frequencies are low vibes, like, you know, depression, sadness, anger. And so when they put these different frequencies and different sounds into these different music videos and they hypnotize you with them, and they put you in that certain frequency, in that certain emotion, okay, you can't, it's hard to get out of that emotion, is what I'm saying. And then they like send you messages of mind control, you know, be a pimp, be a gangsta, be a woman that loves to twerk on somebody and wear, you know, skinny crop tops and like short shorts and stuff and sex all the way, you know, like they drill this shit into our minds, into our youth's minds as they grow up. And as they grow up, they develop these conscious thoughts and opinions of the world, and they see things through these frequencies and emotions. And if they can't control their emotions because they've been controlled for them their whole life, what kind of adults are they going to be? What kind of adults are we going to be? Are we just going to allow this mind control? You know, shitty things happen when good men don't stand up and do anything about it, about bad things like this. They're clearly telling you it's mind control, it's hypnosis, this is frequencies that we're putting out there that's not a good message and not a good frequency on purpose to make you feel a certain type of way. And buy our music more and more and more and play it more and more and more. Let me step off my soapbox for just a moment. Sorry.
They were getting so uncomfortable during this part they were looking away. Second, the known suspected Satanist The Weeknd was so shameless and blatantly for no reason flashed Satan's name on the Jumbotron at his stadium concert. He's not even hiding his affinity for Satan at this point. It actually flashed twice. I'm making sure that you saw it. Fans and viewers often said they felt very uncomfortable at his whole run of his stadium tour because the thing just felt like one big demonic ritual that they were forced to be a part of.
Yes.
Before I show you the scariest one, make sure you follow so you finally know the craziest conspiracy theories about all your favorite celebrities and request who you want to see next. Lastly, there's literally a demonic chant screened by all the fans at the Taylor Swift Eras tour during her song Willow, and they all yell, "Summon the demons." Summon the demons, fans! Summon the demons! They do this as Taylor
Why?
is literally dressed as a witch with her whole coven, and there's a ceremonial huge fire in the middle of the forest. Does that remind you of anything?
It took me 10 years to realize.
But why though? What is the message behind that shit?
That SpongeBob characters represent disorders. ADHD, Down syndrome, depression, narcissistic personality disorder, bipolar.
I mean,
Watch House.
I think it's just character development, because like everybody has to have their own kind of like character so that it makes the show, right?
Something leaves Keanu's body. Notice his face expression. I'm joking about the Illuminati. It is strange, especially look on his face.
What the fuck?
Alright guys, you want proof that we live in a simulation?
His body.
Watch.
Notice his face expression. I'm joking about the Illuminati. It is strange, especially look
His eyeballs went back in his head and everything, yo.
on his face, bro.
Alright guys, you want proof that we live in a simulation? Take a look at this clip where a basketball player literally glitches.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, he's stuck.
Did you notice any curvature while we were up there?
Curvature? No.
No, there's no curvature?
It's just all flat.
They began flying it around the world, from Abu Dhabi last year, with stops in India and China, then across the vast Pacific.
Does running around your neighborhood prove that the neighborhood is round?
I was an airline pilot for Delta for 26 years. A pilot's primary flight instrument is his artificial horizon, which he has to be maintained level to keep from climbing and descending. From a cockpit, weather permitting, I could see hundreds of miles in all directions, viewing cities connected by roads across the flat plain as far as the eye could see.
This world is not what you think it is.
Now, these are government documents that say that the earth is flat, there's a firmament. They make equations with the firmament in mind, and with the fact that the earth is not rotating around the sun, it's not rotating, period, and that it's flat. They make their, you know, like their flight paths according to that and everything. So that's a government document. I mean, at this point, if you don't believe the earth is flat, like, the government said it was, so why not? Because if you believe everything else the government indoctrinated you with, why don't you believe the earth is flat? They're saying it right here. Go look for yourself.
This world is not what you think it is.
What curve?
This movie is closer to reality than we think.
Look, lady, we're in trouble. The whole world's in trouble. They're all around us and we never knew it. You can only see them with these special glasses. I swear to you, we're being controlled by these things. I don't know what they are or where they came from, but we gotta stop them.
All right.
If you want me to look through your sunglasses, I'll look through your sunglasses. If I don't see what you see, I'm gonna see it anyway.
Take a look. Look! Look at them, they're everywhere! You ain't the first son of a bitch to wake up out of their dream.
They use their tongues to deceive. The venom of snakes is under their lips. Mouths are full of bitterness and curses, and in their paths, nothing but ruin and misery, and the fear of God is not before their eyes. They have taken the hearts and minds of our leaders. They have recruited the rich and the powerful, and they have blinded us to the truth. Our human spirit is corrupt. Why do we worship greed? Because outside the limit of our sight, feeding us, perched on top of us from birth to death, are our owners. Our owners, they have us.
Do you guys think there's non-player characters in our world right now? The NPCs? You know, people that don't have a soul, they're just programmed to be background people or fill-in people, like, I don't know, people who work at restaurants, I don't know, doctors and nurses when you go to the hospital, you know, like, it could be anybody, it could be any of us. What do you think? Let me know down below. I want to know if you think NPCs are a real thing, because I do believe that, you know, they teach us that money is our God, and, you know, we need to reproduce, and just all these indoctrinated things. But I do wonder what you think about NPCs. Let me know down below.
It took me 24 years to realize that the sharks were not the villains in Finding Nemo. In the beginning, you can see the sharks having an intervention. They all brought a friend to be a part of the no fish-eating community. Some conspiracy is going around saying that the little green fish was at the convention for the same thing. Notice how he leaves and the other fish don't stop him. If you paid attention towards the end of the credits, the little green fish ends up eating the angler fish. Some believe that the little green fish was there because he was having withdrawal of not eating other fish and needed the help.
Oh my God, yes. I never thought of it that way.
He never got it. What do you think?
That's funny.
Zombies are actually real. Yes, you heard that right. Everyone knows that zombies existed in the past, but what if I told you they still exist today? In 2021, Jack Williams decided to embark on a mission to uncover the truth about the existence of zombies, as he had heard numerous theories about these mysterious creatures from the past. He gathered a group of survivors and prepared enough resources to last for 6 months before venturing into the devastated areas. From there, they explored for weeks without seeing anything. However, after exactly 71 days of wandering, they spotted what appeared to be a horde of zombies in the distance. As they approached, they realized just how numerous they were. They started filming, and as they got closer, they could clearly see that they were real zombies. They then posted the video online, but it was quickly taken down. The group eventually vanished without a trace, but luckily, some individuals were able to save the video, send it to a friend for part 2 with the footage.
Okay. So that's the video, guys. If the universe has led you here in a crazy twist of fate and you think it's worth it, please do hit that subscribe button. I would much appreciate it, and you won't regret it. And for everybody else, thank you so much for being a part of my channel. I really appreciate that too. You are all loved and cherished so much by me. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.